to some fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 with sympathy.
Evening, everyone. Evening. It's 1 year. 1 year tonight that I started doing this YouTube drama. And I have to say some big thank yous to certain people before we get into this. Without certain people, this channel would never have happened. It was a lot of encouragement from people who used to watch me and come and support me on Lee's channel, that I suddenly thought one night, I'm going to do this. I tried to do it and it didn't work. And it was without the help of a certain lovely young lady, Gracie May. Unfortunately, can't be with us tonight. She set it up for me in like literally 10 minutes. And then about an hour later or so, I actually went live. Absolutely crapping myself. I won't lie. Doing it. When you go on other channels, I used to go on Lee Gunners all the time, as you know. I used to go on other people's channels, Warren Teams Talk, Del Boy Gunner. It's easy because you're just sitting there as a guest. TJ knows this. You have your own channel. And all of a sudden, I was on a stream with Lee. And I said, "Oh, Lee, I'll set my own channel up. I'm going live." And he suddenly, that night, I'm watching the count go up, and I'm thinking, "What?" There was like something like 550 people waiting, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is going to be scary." And it went okay. I was nervous. I've rewatched it a couple of times, and yeah, it wasn't great, but it was okay. And I started doing the history stuff. Then I started doing podcasts. Then I started doing other things. And so, Gracie May, all I can say to you is thank you so much. You've got a great channel. And I know that right now you're super, super, super busy with your studies. She will be back, I'm sure. And, you know, I love streaming with Gracie because she's such fun. Grace May, congratulations. Sorry, I can't join tonight. It's 9 p.m. here. Gracie, not a worries. Just enjoy your holiday. Have a great time, and we'll see you all soon. And yeah, and another person I have to give a massive thank you to is a certain young man, Connor. Did all my graphics, the intro, that fantastic intro that everybody comments on. People say it's the best intro on YouTube. Personally, I think it is. Connor, you're a legend, and I'm glad to see you're doing work with other people. And big up to you. And I know you want to get into this as a career, so I hope you do. I really do.
Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
Make a big name for yourself, man. Ryan says, congratulations, Jez, mate. You got ball knowledge, so it's easy to listen. Big up yourself, Jez. Thank you, mate, for that. And TJ Warren, who's he? Never heard of him. Big up the legend. Smash the likes up and share. Cheers, man. Thank you. And another big thank you I've got to say is to Warren's Team Talk TV. Warren is a lovely, lovely man. He gave me this background. He did this for me. And I absolutely love it. And he's a top fella. So everybody go and support Connor. Go and support Gracie May. Go and support TJ. His channel's building very, very nicely. And also, I can't not say enough thank you to Lee Gunner and Kenny Ken, who have given me massive support. Lee has been amazing. Kenny Ken, every week, Wednesday night, 6 p.m, we do the weekly podcast. Love it. So enjoy it. It's fun. And the other thing is, I have met amazing, amazing people on here. Oregon Gooner, met you. Never met you in person yet. That is going to change very shortly. And it's people like you that gives you the encouragement to continue on. It's not easy doing a YouTube channel. You have to. It is hard work. I mean, I'm not a professional. I don't do it as a lot of people do on YouTube. They're relentless at it. They're doing content every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, some people, and good luck and well done to them. But that's not for me. I haven't really got that time to do that sort of stuff, but I've met some wonderful, wonderful people. Northside London, Diesel, Warren, TJ, all these people, wonderful YouTubers, and great fun, great laugh. Dan Potts, who came on the show a few weeks back, lovely, lovely fella. Got a lot of time for Dan. He talks the facts and he talks sense. There's some YouTubers that I've got no time for, but that's a separate story. But I was also very, very, very privileged to have the chance to meet people that have unfortunately passed and not with us anymore. Claude, lovely man. I did meet him in person on quite a few occasions back in time at the Emirates and Highbury. And Chig, never met him in person, but went on shows with him on Lee's, and a lovely, lovely man. Sadly, passed on. And I'm going to have to say, Stephen Fleetley, very nice young man, had a great channel, and did amazing stuff for his charity. And I'm happy to say that his channel is going to be taken over by Manny. And we have a certain person, Gracie May. You made it, Gracie.
I did.
How are
I
you?
did.
Gracie.
I felt terrible, and I had to come join quickly.
You're on holiday. Don't worry about it.
No, I couldn't not join. I can't believe it's been a year already.
Yeah, a year ago tonight. I spoke to you. It's about 5 in the evening, and I spoke to you, and we did a chat on whatever platform it was, and you set it up in 10 minutes, and that was it. And like, I've been sat here for like 2 or 3 hours thinking I ain't got a clue what I'm doing, and so it's all your fault, Gracie. I'm blaming everything on you, but no, Gracie May, lovely young lady, got a great future ahead of her, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's not easy, as you guys know. Gracie, TJ, Connor, DVS. I always go back to calling you DVS. Sorry, mate, but it's such a nice privilege to meet different people and have a chat. We don't always agree, but that's good. That's what it's all about. And tonight, I just wanted to say thank you. And the biggest thank you is to everybody out there that is subscribed to my channel, give me support, give me encouragement. Yeah, we've had some haters, namely one we all know about. He was back again the other day, and you know, it is what it is, but you take it on the chin. But everybody, thank you. It's been a great time, and I thought we'd have a little chat about this. This weekend just gone. Who knew? 2 managers gone. Brendan Rodgers, Graham Potter, binned. And I'm going to start with our young lady, Gracie, living the dream, travelling around, having a great time. Looking a little bit suntan there, Gracie. You having a great time? Having fun?
Yeah. It's good, thank you. It's been nice weather today. It's been about 26 degrees. So on the beach, in the water. Yeah, I'm not burnt, which is makes a change. It's been great fun, and still got a little bit of time out here before I fly back. So yeah, soaking up the sun.
Excellent. Have a nice. I'm glad you're having a little break from your studies. I mean, I'm sure you're still studying because that's what you do. But Gracie, we lost. It's the first time, I think, for some years, 2 Premier League managers have been sacked in one weekend. Brendan Rodgers, Graham Potter gone. I predicted Graham Potter would be gone very quickly. Does it surprise you at all?
No, Potter doesn't surprise me as much as Rodgers, but both teams have had a really poor season, really. So yeah, it's not really a shock. We knew it was coming. I thought they would maybe wait out to the end of the season as it's so close, but teams are desperate at this stage of the season, and clubs have got to do what they have to do essentially. It's not much of a shock, but a good result for us at the weekend, which just makes it all the better, really. Arsenal still on top, compared to all the other teams. It's nice, but other teams, Chelsea are in big trouble, Everton are in big trouble, Leicester. So it won't surprise me whether we start to see some of these managers start to go, but. The only problem is these clubs are sacking their managers, but with no one to replace them. A lot of the top managers currently are in a job, so it's going to be difficult to kind of move around. But all the better for Arsenal. It just makes it that bit sweeter. So great season for us, and not for everyone else. But it doesn't come as a shock because they've been awful this season. Jez, I do have to say, I do have to go because it is very.
No worries.
It's quite late here, but I wanted to hop on for a little bit and just say congratulations on a year. I'll be back soon, people. I promise.
No, Gracie, thanks for coming on. I know you're busy and having a great time where you are on holiday. Thank you for coming on, Gracie, because obviously without you, none of this would have been possible. So. Big up to you. Much love to you. And have a great time. Enjoy and have a safe journey home. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll see you all when I return.
Yeah. You take care, Gracie.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. So, Connor, Rodgers, Potter. I could see Potter was going to go, mate, to be honest. Yeah. What's your view? Basically, they're in a mess, these two clubs, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think if I'm correct, this is the 13th managerial sacking this season. It is just absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, the Chelsea one, that made sense. I don't think they should have got Potter in the first place, in my opinion. The whole Tuchel sacking was ridiculous in the first place. But it's a shame because Potter was doing such a great job at Brighton, and he had to leave to go to Chelsea. And I think it was more the fact that he probably knew he could be managing a Champions League side. But it's just like he was doing so well, and it would have been really nice to see how far he could have taken that Brighton side. But it's the way the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. He left with a £60 million, whatever it was, to pay him off to go. And I'm thinking, wait, what's the bad thing here? You're getting paid all that money just to leave the club. It ain't that bad. But now they're without a manager. I see that possibly Nagelsmann or I think Luis Enrique is the top two to possibly get the job. I think they'll probably get Nagelsmann. But it's crazy, and it's literally just a month away until the end of the season. It's just crazy how all these managers are just getting sacked left, right, and centre. In my eyes, I think it's just, for some of them anyway, I think the Potter's a bit different, but for some of them, it's just ridiculous. Just how quick managers will get sacked nowadays. I don't think like some of them are even given a chance to breathe majority of the time. I think people is now saying that Wolves' manager, is it Lopetegui, is that how you pronounce it? His job on the line because he isn't doing well with Wolves. I'm thinking he was a serial winner with Sevilla. I know it's in the La Liga, but I feel like some managers just aren't really given a shot. If I'm honest, but listen, with Chelsea, it's the Chelsea way, isn't it? It's manager 1 year, next one. But I really hope this doesn't become a recurring theme because I feel like it's going to be. it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't really feel like managers are going to be given a shot. And then we're now in a case of where all these managers are going to be available because they've just been sacked from all their jobs, So, but no, it'll be interesting to see what goes on with Chelsea. I think Nagelsmann will come in, possibly. Well, you can't really make the season any better, can you? I don't think they're going to really end up having a positive one. I don't think they'll get into Europe next season in my eyes, Chelsea. But listen, Potter didn't work out. I don't think Chelsea, especially under the likes of Todd Bowley, all that money, I don't see them staying at that low for a very long time. But yeah, it just feels like this is going to become a trendy thing that managers are going to get sacked off after 5 months. It's ridiculous, So what can you do, eh? That's football.
Yeah, that seems to be the modern trend, man. And this is a good comment. Arsenal forever. No Van Dijk, no Trent, no midfield. Right? Well, come on. We know what they're gaming for. They're resting them for us. It's like put your reserves out tonight. I don't mean your reserve team, but you know what I mean. They're up for doing us on the weekend. Massive game. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But I'm just going to massive shout out. Big up, Monsieur Jez. Keep it all up, sir. I really appreciate your streams. Long live, mate. Thank you very much. You've always been a massive supporter of my channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. You're a top fella. You always come in with great comments and talk sense. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And DVS.
Yes, sir.
3 managers, actually. I was wrong, wasn't it? Because Conte's gone as well.
Right.
Yeah, I was actually wrong. So Tottenham have got rid of their manager. I mean, I personally think his time was done after that rant at Southampton, after the Southampton game. I think if you do that, then actually that's it. You've cut your throat. You might as well get your coat and sod off. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't go blaming all of the world but yourself for your own problems, right? I think they should have fired him after we beat him the second time. What kind of mentality does Spurs have where they're going to let us come into their house and beat them, and then keep the manager with such a shitty season? So I think their second defeat to us, they should have fired him. But, that's just me being ruthless. But the thing is, Jazz, is you look at like Leicester getting rid of Brendan Rodgers. Who are they going to get in? I mean, they're having a bad season, but Brendan Rodgers is not a bad manager. I didn't understand that one at all. I mean, we know it's a results-orientated business, but I mean, Brendan Rodgers seemed kind of like a gem at Leicester City, but he just didn't have much to work with. But as for Potter, the writing was on the wall. They should have let him go months ago. And I feel like Connor said too, and you guys, that he should have never really been appointed. They had many other options out there besides Potter. Just because he made Brighton look good for a while doesn't mean he can, take a stressful job like Chelsea and turn them into world beaters, especially when you have a 35-person squad, right? How do you get your right 11 out of that every week? It's not a job I'd want either. But 13 managers gone. We're top of the league. 1-year anniversary. Can't complain.
Exactly, man. Exactly. TJ, those managers have gone, and it seems to be the modern way of football now, that if you don't cut the mustard too quick, then you're gone. And it's not something I think is great for football, but money talks nowadays, I'm afraid, in football. And if you're not getting the results and you're not going to get the top spots, then you're down and out the door, which is interesting considering what happened with Arsenal, 8th, 5th. We hung on to our manager, and right now we have to say it was a good decision because we're in a title challenge for top of the league, 8 points clear. We're in that mix, and that's all we've ever asked for. And yet people, me, Lee, Kenny, loads of other people, DVS, got slated because oh, we're flip flop, we're plastic, da 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 da. No, it's the fact we want success. That's
Exactly.
what you want in elite football, man. So TJ, give us your opinion.
Well, I got a couple of different points here. So you said that there were 3 in the last 2 weeks. We might see 4 tonight if Nottingham Forest lose against Leeds United. Steve Cooper's job is on the line tonight, according to many outlets that I'm seeing online. I saw that pop across my Twitter this morning too, as well. With Vieira in line to take his spot if he does get sacked. So it's kind of a little bit of a carousel going on right now in the Premier League. What I am glad Arsenal decided to do, and a lot of these other teams didn't do, is back a manager. Obviously, that was hard to say 2 or 3 years ago when we were finishing 8th, 8th, 5th, not playing Euro football, bombing out of cup competitions. But you got to give it to the Cronkies. They backed their man. And a lot of the fan base, until we started seeing results, we didn't, because like you said, Jez, it's a results oriented business. The issue with a lot of these other Premier League teams is that they think it only comes down to the manager, when it doesn't. They think that the manager is the key to winning everything, when a lot of the time the management isn't backing the players, or in the case of Tottenham Hotspur, they don't have a winning mentality, and they never had a winning mentality. They've never had a winning culture. It's Tottenham Hotspur LLC over there. All they care about is building a corporation in a theme park, and making the area around Tottenham Hotspur Stadium into a theme park. So Arsenal, for a change, have that right mentality, have that right man at the helm right now. I know a lot of us are walking on eggshells with saying being 100% Arteta in, because if he bottles this league, that's a whole different conversation. But with other teams and sacking their managers, the Leicesters, the Aston Villas, the Bournemouths, I can go on and on and on. I feel like a lot of these teams are just rolling the dice with firing a manager and bringing in a new person, gambling, hoping that they can get off a run of games and get a few string a few victories together to keep them up. Which is why, if you look at the league table right now, 12th through 20th, any of them could go down. Any of them could go down. So I think that is a huge indictment on not only the culture of the Premier League, but the lack of culture within these teams themselves, because they refuse to believe in a system. They just kind of hit and pray when it comes to appointing leaders, where you see the teams with sustained success, like Liverpool, like soon to be, hopefully, Arsenal. They have leaders that they keep in charge, that they allow to build culture. So those are my thoughts on that.
That's a great point, actually, man. Mr. B for life, our big Brentford fan. Hope you do some business tonight, mate. Congrats, 1 year on YouTube. You deserve the success. Cheers. Thank you, Mr. B. You've always been a great supporter. You've been on the channel. I love the fact that what I love about doing this YouTube is the fact you get other fans on. I've had Brentford, Chelsea, Newcastle. I'm going to get DJ on Tottenham. Why not? Let's he talks facts. Lovely fella.
Take him to the mattress, though, Jez. Don't let him get away with what he did on me and Dal's show. You need to school him.
Facts and Deji don't always go together. So yeah, bring him on. No, he's one of him, and Henry Wright are by far the two. Well, and Sava. There's a few other Tottenham guys that actually have pretty good heads on their shoulders. I mean, but that's only the credit we can give them for on this channel. I don't want to spoil all the fun yet of your 1 year anniversary.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like talking. I mean, it's funny actually that when I've had opposing fans on, a couple of people say, "Love watching your channel, but I've switched off because you've got why have you got opposing fans on?" Well, isn't that what football debate's about? It's not just about having Arsenal fans on, which obviously I love. I love getting different opinions or different fans, but talking to opposing fans is all about football. If you go to a bar in America or a pub over here, right? I mean, if you're into American football, I'm not. I do support Dallas Cowboys. That's the only American football game I've ever been to in America. So that's why I support them, to be honest. You go in a bar, you talk American football, and you talk to opposing fans. So why not in English football when you go to a pub? I mean, my local pub where I go, there's me, the only Arsenal fan. There's about 3 Tottenham, probably 10 Chelsea, 2 Newcastle, 1 Fulham, 2 Pompey, Portsmouth. So that's what it's about. It doesn't have to get nasty. You might take the piss out of each other because that's what you do, and it's a debate. It's all fun, and I don't get people that think, well, no, if you're a channel Arsenal, then you only get Arsenal fans on. No, don't work like that. Not with me. Not with me. It's all about a debate and having a laugh, and you get other people's opinions. We might not agree. Of course, we don't. That's how it is. But next subject. Man United lost. Liverpool lost. We have got Liverpool 4:30 Sunday afternoon. That is a major clash. Hence, I think tonight Liverpool are resting up some of their players for us. It's the fact that they know we haven't got a great record there at all. We know that, and they're going to be resting up their best, or some of their best, for that match, and they're going to want to make us look painful. So I'm going to ask you this question, guys. We've got Man United and Liverpool coming up soon, and we've got Man City. That's going to be a crucial game. Connor, I'll come to you first, mate. Liverpool away, they just lost. They're playing tonight. If they lose tonight, then they're currently 30 points behind Arsenal. I can't ever remember in my lifetime of watching Arsenal, Liverpool 30 points behind. And I've been watching Arsenal for a bloody long time, and I don't remember it. So this is a one-off to me. I can remember Arsenal being 30 points behind Liverpool, but mate, if they lose tonight, Liverpool lose tonight, do you think it's going to have even more gravity for Arsenal on the weekend?
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see what the score is tonight. But either way, the score could be 7-0 to Liverpool tonight. In my opinion, my view doesn't change. Liverpool are 30 points below us. We're 30 points above them. There is no reason. The history can talk about itself. This is a different Arsenal team over the last 10 years, in my opinion. Why we shouldn't be able to go to Anfield. I know it's Anfield, but people talk about the atmosphere from what I've heard. Unless it's the Champions League night where it's Barcelona, you got to get 3-4 goals. It's apparently not that great. Listen, I know we haven't had. No, yeah,
right.
I know we haven't had good results there, but listen, take the past out of it. We should be beating that Liverpool side. I'm sorry, there's no excuses. Yes, they've got Salah. Yes, they've got Nunez, but where have they been this season? They're 8th for a reason. The defense has been shocking. Van Dijk could still be out on the weekend. He is currently ill, but whether he's there, I don't think for me will even make a difference, because I think I feel like our attack will destroy their defense. I'm going to be real. I might get bitten back in the arse for this, but listen, I'm confident. Why shouldn't I be confident? It's a poor Liverpool side on poor form. I honestly think it could possibly be a draw tonight between Chelsea and Liverpool, because just two bad sides clashing. I don't really see a winner popping up here, but we'll never know. But yeah, I can see that Klopp's resting. Why is and you know what, this makes me laugh. He's obviously resting players because he's scared. He's worried about us. Of course he is.
Mm.
Like, let's be real, man. He's scared of us. Well, not scared, but he's worried because he doesn't want to ruin that legacy of the 12 years that we haven't won there, or 13, wherever it is. You know, so just shows, doesn't it? Yeah. And I honestly think we can go there and get a result. The only thing I'm worried about is, and I hate to say it, is Rob Holding, because what he was doing the other day against the likes of against Leeds, some things he was doing I wasn't too happy with. And with the likes of Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo, who can be good if he wants to be, because I do think Cody Gakpo is a bit of a good talent. I think he needs a bit more time. But he can't be doing that. But the thing that I do like is he's got the likes of Ben White next to him. He's got Partey in front of him. So he's got no excuses to be bad on that day, you know. So, but listen, at the end of the day, I'm confident. I've never been more confident to go to Anfield. And that's not me just saying it, because we back up the facts. Look at the season. Look at our team. Our team's better than Liverpool's this season. You can't say it isn't. You know, I think we got a better attack. We've got a better midfield. If we had Saliba, could possibly. Do you know? No, we've got a better defense. We've got there's no reason why we shouldn't be going to Anfield and getting a win, in my opinion. Listen, if it comes back to bite me, then so it does. But that's probably because the team's let us down drastically. Because I don't see why we can't go there and get a result, in my opinion. If it turns out to be a slapping, that's just down to the team being poor, in my opinion. Because I can't see us getting slapped like we have before. This is different, in my opinion. This is different. So we'll have to wait and see. But he's clearly resting the players because he wants them fit and ready for Sunday, because he's worried about that. And I don't blame him. I'd be worried too if I was Liverpool fan. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are hiding that they're worried about this game. Because if they lose this game, we're going to be toppling onto them about them getting all confident about all this and that, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. And if we beat Liverpool, this is going to be a massive confidence. I know they're only 8th, but it is still Liverpool. But this is going to be a massive confidence boost going into Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton, Man City, you know. So we'll wait and see. I'm really anticipating. I wish Sunday was tomorrow. I'm really anticipating this game. I'm thinking about it all week. And in a way, I hope Chelsea win tonight, because I feel like that'll really ruffle some feathers down at Liverpool. And I think that it may even make things worse for them. So we'll wait and see. But just if we do a match reaction and we've won that game, I might be going a bit crazy, just to say that. But I'm looking forward to it. And big up to the Dow as well, another 50. Big up to him.
I totally agree, man. I totally agree. I think Klopp is worried. That's why he's done what he's done tonight. I've talked to a few Liverpool fans that I know, and they're saying, look, you know, I can see Arsenal coming there and spanking us, you know, and I wouldn't be at all surprised. This team is mentally stronger and has more ambition. I mean, we've seen that how they've dug out a win, like you know, the Brentford game. And Aston Villa, I mean, you know, it was the fact that they had that dynamic that they wanted this win. Now, I don't know what Mikel Arteta has put into how he's done this, but respect to him for doing it. Tal Dow says, big up, Jez, big up the 3 lads in your stream, respect. Top man, mate, thank you for your super chat. Always good, you know. Thank you, mate. You're a top fella. Static says, I like Cooper. Hope he doesn't get fired. I think you meant Klopp, but it is likely to happen. And I'm going to come to DVS in a minute on this. 31 likes and subscribe. Smash them up, people. And there's loads of people streaming tonight, so we're not getting many people watching. Loads of people have decided to go live at the same time, so it is what it is. Football Dad's Army reconnected with the fans was more important than I realised, and Arteta's accomplished that. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. Jaminho says, big up Tal Dow, proper legend, man. Yeah, he's a top man, mate. He is a top fella. Del Boyd Gunner TV, yeah, big up Tal Dow. legend. Mr. B for life. Big up the 4 real ones. The legend Jez. Hope you keep moving ever forwards. Keeping up, going, fella. Yeah, keep going, mate. And I'm looking forward to, mate, when you actually you actually do your show. You're going to set a stream up, and I've said to you, if you ever do, we're all here to help you. We'll come and support whatever we can do, man. It'd be great to see you set up a Brentford show. Seriously, it really would. Camino says at Delboy Gov TV, any idea of when the show about the FAI will be? I think I asked you already, but I forgot. And Camino Delboy, it's my pleasure. And Camino, random fact of the day: Fabio Vieira and Cedric Suarez are Arsenal's record Portuguese goal scorers, both with just 2 goals. Wow.
Great record.
That's a bet. Mama Flossie, good to see you, Mama Flossie. It's all about debate and banter amongst friends. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more than that. Drew Gunners, well, resting players cost Liverpool tonight. Yeah, I
100%. 100%.
I think so. Arsenal forever. Since 2012, Liverpool aggregate score against Arsenal 33-10. That's a bit like a rugby score. I can't deny. And mate, Oregon Gooner, $50 and congratulations, my friend, for making it. Mate, you are an absolute legend. Legend, man. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, mate.
DVS, I want to ask you this, mate. I mean,
Sure.
Liverpool, they're teetering a little bit, aren't they? I mean, I think, and I'm just going to say this, I'm going to throw this out there. If they lose to us, then I think Klopp's position is going to be a little bit iffy,
right,
at the moment. 30 points behind the weekend. If they get a draw tonight, let's say they get a draw, right? 29. If they lose at the weekend, yeah, they'll be 32. So I can't. Anybody in the chat who knows better than me, please put it out there, because I've never known Liverpool 30 points at the moment behind Arsenal ever.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, number one, Jess, is they've had an injury-ravaged season, and that is not Klopp's fault. I think they had 8 starters injured at one point at the beginning of the season. 7 maybe. Let's see. And option item number 2. Everybody knows about Mo Salah. If you can double team Mo Salah, he has to pass the ball. And if he has to pass the ball, he can't score. Number 3, Fabinho can't run anymore. Fabinho, I think, is 32 years old. Can't pass, can't run, can't shoot. I think he scored maybe 1 worldly this season, or maybe that was last season. Number 4, Van Dijk is half the player he was 2 seasons ago. Number 5, their wingbacks, fullbacks are not as good as they were 2 or 3 seasons ago. And number 6, they're just an old team, Jez, and they've been found out. The pressure from their high press game isn't working as well as it used to. Sadio Mane was a massive, massive player for them and a huge loss for them. He was the engine on the whole left side. Cody Gakpo is, as Connor mentioned, is a decent talent, but they're in a rebuild. And as an ownership, you put that on Klopp's lap as his shoulders, as it's his fault. I think that's extremely unfair. Think of the manager they've had now, the motivational factor that Klopp has brought to that club, to the fans. When they were winning game after game, the fists in the air, jumping out of the technical area. Who else are they going to find like that? Who else is going to really give their all for that club? Klopp won a title in the last 18? Oh gosh, past Arsenal, right? Jez, when's the last time Liverpool won the title before the Premier League was even formed? So
Yeah.
I just look at as an ownership is, do you really just dump all the good Klopp has done because of one shit injury ravaged season? It just doesn't make sense to me for him to get fired, regardless of the results for the rest of the season. You bring in players and you rebuild and you start again. But for them to fire him, I think is ridiculous, because who else are they going to bring in? Nagelsmann's not good enough. He's too young. Luis Enrique, is that really a good fit? Graham Potter's ready to pick a new job. Obviously, they're not going to get him. It just I think, like with TJ said it and Connor, like sometimes these clubs just give up on the managers too soon. And I think if they fire Klopp after this season and not taking into account that they've had, again, a shit ton of injuries, keep him. Give him another chance to rebuild. I don't understand it, Jez. And yeah, they've had a shit season and we're going to beat them, but I just putting it all on Klopp's shoulders, all the blame is misguided.
I do agree with that sentiment, but the fact of the matter is, right now, Liverpool are, in my opinion, a very unbalanced situation. TJ, I've been watching the comments from different people over the last few days, and people saying we're going to lose because it's Anfield, we're going to win because I think we will win, and I'll tell you for why. And maybe you'll agree, disagree. I don't know, but the fact of the matter is, we have a different Arsenal team right now. They're mentally stronger. They don't give up. We've seen that on several occasions, and that's why I think we can get it over the line. And the fact that Klopp tonight is resting up players, it shows he's scared, in my book. And wait, what's your view on that?
My view has changed on this, kind of like the weather does. So if you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, I think I said on several streams, I thought we would go to Anfield and get killed. I think I was saying 3-1 after Sporting. I mean, obviously that was probably pretty reactionary. As it stands right now, Mr. B, as it stands right now, I would say that the midfield, even Liverpool's strongest midfield, doesn't have what it takes to handle the likes of Xhaka, Partey, and Odegaard. They don't have the likes. They don't have what it takes to handle Bukayo Saka and Leo Trossard or Martinelli out of the gate. I mean, really, really, guys. And I think Connor has said this a few times. Isn't it great that the only thing that we really have to talk about as a potential tax is Rob Holding? Isn't it great to be in this position where we're talking about Liverpool getting ready to struggle against Arsenal at Anfield?
Quickly, by the way, so quickly point out, I'm nothing against Rob Holding. It's just that we've obviously got better than that.
I think, I'm sure Rob Holding is a great guy. Yeah. Connor, I know you didn't say anything about Rob Holding, but I have several times, and I'm going to stick to it. The guy doesn't belong in our starting 11. We are going to pay. I've said this in a couple of different streams and chats. We have to pay a Rob Holding tax every time we put him on the field. And you saw that against Leeds in the box when they scored. I was not the only guy that saw that. Of course, there were two other guys that were responsible for that goal, but you literally saw Rob Holding have I don't know what that was, but he literally threw up his hands when that goal went in. Watch it back. It's insane. It's insane to watch. So I didn't mean for this to spin off into I don't like Rob Holding in our back line, but I don't like Rob Holding in our back line. So getting back to Liverpool, I think our midfield is just way too strong for them. And Mo Salah is not the Mo Salah he used to be. He doesn't have the supporting cast he used to have. Virgil van Dijk, it looks like, I think Lucas said that he's sick. So he's obviously ill. They're going to be praying to whatever God may exist that he's back for Arsenal. Otherwise, they are going to struggle even more than they already are. Liverpool's only hope is that Alisson has a worldie against us. That is the only thing that really scares me about Liverpool right now is Alisson. He is no matter what the form of Liverpool is right now, he is a world-class goalkeeper.
100%.
He has kept this team sometimes single-handedly in the race for Europe this season. So, am I confident? Yeah, Jez, I've gone from 3-1 in favor of Liverpool 3 weeks ago to 2-1 Arsenal this weekend. We should win at Anfield. I cannot believe I'm saying that. 2-1. That's my prediction right now.
I totally agree, man. I mean, look, I've been there. I've been. In the amount of times I've been to Anfield and seen Arsenal win is probably 4 times. 4 times. And,
how many times have you been to Anfield?
20 plus, 24.
Yeah, I should tell you that. I just wanted to make sure that the chat got that in perspective.
24.
Wow.
Like that. And that's league and cup. League and cup. It is a tough place to go. It is. I think it gets into your brain that, and it's historical to the fact of the 70s and the 80s when Liverpool were they were an unbelievable team. I mean, they were incredible when they under Bill Shankly, and that they were just an unstoppable team. Anyway, enough of that. Mr. B for life, how are you, mate? How you doing?
All right, man. All right. Yeah, good to see you all, fellas. Nice one.
And you're playing.
Congrats, mate. Congrats, guys. Sorry.
Cheers, man. Cheers. You guys are playing tonight. Give us a prediction in your game.
No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? I'm sure we're playing tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Hoping. Sorry, mate. I'm hoping we can beat United. I think 2-1. Something like that. I hope. I think Tony might get a couple.
I've got on my Super 6, Sky Super 6. I have gone 2-1 Brentford. So don't let me down, mate. Don't let me down.
I hope not.
Hey, Mr. B, how far is Brentford off of the 5th place? How many points?
About a couple, I think.
A couple?
Yeah, because I think, we're still above Liverpool and Chelsea and all that, and I think we're not far behind. Who's the 5th? Is it 5th? Who's 5th? Spurs?
They're 7 points away from Man United in 5th place.
Yeah.
7 points.
Yeah, we're not far at all, mate. So, yeah, hopefully we can get a European place and, maybe 5th or 6th. It'd be great for us, It'd be great.
Yeah, you guys could do them this weekend. That'd cut your points by 4.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hope so.
Right.
I just ask this weekend. It's a massive game for Arsenal. I've seen people comparing it, and I'll come to you on this, DVS. I've seen people comparing this game to the '89 classic, May the 5th, '89.
Thomas, that sums it all up.
I don't think it's quite that status because that was end of the season, last game of the season. It was basically head to head, 2-0 win for Arsenal, nothing less to win. So I wouldn't say it's that status of a game personally, but I mean, it's a massive game. Let's get it right. I think we get it over the line, if we do get it over the line, then it's a massive plus. And that, I think, will put pressure on Man City mentally. How do you see it, mate? How do you see it, DVS?
I think it's going to be a tough game, like every game has been. I mean, we've rolled over the last couple teams, Leeds and Fulham, but Liverpool are a whole other kettle of fish, right? as our man Gunner would say. You know, it's a funny thing, Jez. This is the best Arsenal squad we've had in a long time, right? And this is one of the worst Liverpool squads. But you look around; they're not all that bad, right? I go back to Saint Omani was a huge loss for them. But I still think I'm confident and we can go up there and do it. I think the challenge is going to be, again, not to make any mistakes and give away set pieces close to the box. I want to see, I know a lot of us have talked about Kieran Tierney or Zinchenko, which left back, because we don't want Zinchenko to go too far up the pitch, because that leaves, Mo Salah wide open on the right. And then we have to make adjustments, right? And that's where we struggle, is getting back on defense when a solid winger, quick winger has the ball and Zinchenko's caught up the pitch. Gabriel has to adjust. Our whole back line has to adjust to the left side. So it'll just be about being mistake free and not giving them the chance to get open on the wings and get the ball in the box. And I'm curious if he will play Kieran Tierney, because that defense is weak, and Kieran Tierney can whip some balls in there, and who knows what can happen. And I think that gives us a little more strength in defending as well, because Kieran Tierney, let's face it, is a better defender than Zinchenko. And I just don't want to leave ourselves too wide open, because then I think we'll get punished. So I think we need to have some constraint, but at the same time, just go at them like wild dogs as well, and just keep them on the back foot for the full 90 minutes. And I don't understand Klopp with resting players. If I was him, I would be playing my best players 24/7 now, every match till the end, and pushing for top 4. So whatever he does tonight, I know it's a kind of it's not a big game for anybody. We got 2 big clubs, but the result of this Liverpool-Chelsea game means nothing to us. I just want to see us win. And my prediction is a little early, but I'm going to say 2-1.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going 2-1 myself personally. TJ, same to you, mate. I mean, I think Anfield's a scary place. Atmosphere is not what everybody makes it out to be. I can assure you of that. It's when they're singing, their song, great, but then it goes quiet. It's not all that. It's not all that. So, if you've been there and seen it and done it, it's okay. But I'm confident, man. I'm confident we're going to go there and turn them over. I am. I truly am. And it's been a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, I'm going to change that. The amount of times I've been, I don't think I've ever been more confident right now. I won't lie. I mean, I can honestly say to you, in '89 when I went there, that evening, I wasn't confident, but I am now. So, give me your opinion, mate. Give me your opinion.
Well, it's the hope that kills you, right? So I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself. We have seen this Arsenal team and this lineup put in a stinker before. Don't forget at Goodison, they played the low block against us and we looked terrible. So don't underestimate this team's ability to throw in a stinker. Okay. And while I am confident that we're going to win 2-1, that's cautious optimism. We still have the ability to screw this up. If Everton can beat us, woeful Everton can beat us away, then there's no reason that a depleted Liverpool side couldn't beat us. That being said, like I said earlier, I think Dal made a good point here, is that we need to, as long as we contain Mo Salah, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. And the only person that I think can contain him is my Scottish left back, Kieran Tierney. I want to see Kieran Tierney in this team. I do not want to see an inverted midfielder against this squad. We do not need another person in that midfield against the likes of Jordan Henderson. We don't. We don't. We have more than enough there. So play defense, get a lead, and hold on to it. Sorry, Jez. I just wanted to make sure to get that out.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the fact to Kieran Tierney is the player to play against Mo Salah. Jordan, Zinchenko is decent. Don't get me wrong. He's just too slow. He's not quick enough against Salah. When we played at the Emirates, Salah did nothing. He did nothing, and that was because of Tierney. So at the end of the day, I hope Arteta remembers that, because I think, as you quite rightly said, and I'm going to come to Mr. B in a minute on this one. Zinchenko's decent, but he's not quick. He's not quick. And the thing is with Tierney, he has speed, he has quality, and he's probably one of the best crossing players we've got. That's
exactly.
And his wicked, quick little crosses cause defence troubles. And I think that will be a key to the game. Mr. B,
yeah, mate.
I'm going to ask you, what's your prediction for the game? Liverpool Arsenal, 4:30 Sunday.
Yeah.
How do you see it going, mate?
Well, I'm going big, mate. I'm really confident with this one. I'll tell you, I think it's going to be 4-1 Arsenal. I really do. You know, I think Liverpool are done. They're done, you know. The defence is done. You know, they're just not the same Liverpool anymore. I think they're finished, you know. So I think you're going to do them.
If we came out of that game 4-1, I would not shut up about it, even if we didn't win the league. Jesus, imagine that. 4-1.
Good point, though. I mean, he's got a good point. I mean, what have we seen the last couple games? We scored 8 goals and conceded 2.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go in there and just wipe them right off the pitch.
And our away record's better than our home record, you know, this season. So
I mean, there's something to be said for that. 4-1's a stretch, but we've seen it happen 2 games in a row now. So
why not? You know?
Well, the last time I saw 4 goals at Anfield was the 4-4 draw. And that was what, 2006, something like that, 2007, when Arshavin scored all of them, and that was some game. But, Connor, are you confident, mate? 4-4. Are you confident for Liverpool?
I think I've made it very clear. I'm very confident, definitely. I think it's like, I'll repeat it again, it's a game where we can take it to them. I've got the Chelsea game to my left right now, and Chelsea be on the upper foot here. One thing I will point out here is, and if Klopp does it, we've got to take a massive advantage out of it, because we've got pacey players. Their high line is terrible. They've recently just found this fit. Well, Klopp's just decided to do this thing of playing a high line. Well, it ain't really a high line. They've got the defenders in midfield. It's just like, and they nearly got caught off the counter just then by Chelsea, but unfortunately Havertz is on the end of the ball. So
if they play a high line against us, it will be 5-0.
Oh, it's finished. But
we will.
One thing I did want to point out was, especially, I think TJ Dow said it. Sorry, but we've got to watch out for Salah, because that first half it will be Salah v Zinchenko if Zinchenko starts, and I don't like the sound of that. Just in the case of how poor Zinchenko can be defensively, and like I agree with you guys, Tierney would be perfect against that, just for the defensive mindset. Nothing wrong with Zinchenko, nothing wrong with him, apart from his defensive attributes. But that would be a kind of game where I'd bring on Zinchenko off the subs bench, replace him for Tierney, bring him on during the game, just to open that midfield up a bit, make it a bit different, really bring it to Liverpool, because the midfield battle is going to be the most important part of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Our midfield's got to stay strong. The defense has got to stay strong, because I guarantee you, if we take control of that game on the weekend, their play will be counter-attacks, 100%. It will just be counter. So we'll wait and see. But I'm confident than I've ever been, and that's not me being cocky. I think I actually have a right to be cocky, especially this season, and I think we all do. But listen, at the end of the day, the only thing that can lose this is the players playing poorly. But with their form recently, I don't see why we can't go and beat that Liverpool side. Man City's a different kettle of fish. That's a different story, in my opinion. That'll be something different. But in my opinion, there's no excuse why we shouldn't be beating this Liverpool side, even if it is at Anfield. We've beaten them once this season. In my opinion, with the lineup that they'll probably have out on the weekend, it will be a worse lineup than when we beat them at the Emirates. And yes, it was at home, but we still beat them. And that was at, I think Will commented there. That was with Tomiyasu at left back. So Salah didn't even turn up in that game. You know? So we've just got to hope that Salah doesn't turn up, and I think we can get it. Definitely. So I'm confident, and I'm going to go for. I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to go for 3-1 to the Arsenal. Our attack's too good. I think our attack's too good, man, and I don't think the defense will hold it. So we'll wait and see. And I think that one goal from Liverpool will be a Rob Holding mistake. Sorry, Rob. Sorry. But, that's my.
I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree. And I think it's why shouldn't we be positive? The quality of football and the way we're playing, the positivities, and I'm ultra positive. Seriously, I can't remember being this positive about Arsenal going to bloody Liverpool. Seriously, and that's in all the bleeding years that I've watched this club. Seriously, I mean that.
If you really look at it, Jess, I was just going to say, if one thing to take into account too, real quick, guys, is let's look at the form Jesus is in right now. He's going to give if Van Dijk is even playing, it's going to be a nightmare for him. It really is. And the more we talk, the more confident I get. So I think I'm going to go 3-1 on Friday, TJ. So, sorry, Jay,
you know what? Save it all for Friday. Save it all for Friday, because I feel like if we keep talking, Connor's going to say 7-1. Jez is going to be like 5-2.
No. I'm sticking to 3. I'm not going that confident. Listen, if it's that, I will never shut up about it. But no, I don't think we'll do that. But yeah, we'll have the right to be confident here. I really do hope Chelsea pulls something out the bag tonight, because that will just really wrench it in them properly. And listen, one thing I was going to quickly point out is Martinelli v Trent or Trossard. Trent's going to get spun. He will get spun. And another thing that I think our attack could be decent with, we like to do a bit of inverted now. Jesus on the wing, Martinelli in the striker. We switch around. I don't think the defense will be able to hold that, in my opinion. So we'll wait and see. But yeah. I won't go 7. I'll stick with 4.
Back in. Yeah. Jesus is back, and I think he's prime and he's ready, and we haven't spoken about him yet.
Absolutely, 100%. Totally agree with that. Right, we're going to wrap it up, guys. DVS, shout your content out. Shout out where we can find you everywhere in the world.
You can find me here on YouTube at Oregon Goon and Instagram at infamous_Dow.
That's quick. Okay.
I'm prepared, Jez. I'm prepared today.
BJ, your channel, mate, it's growing well. It's great content, great guests. You're getting on there. Shout yourself out, man.
Well, first of all, I want to say again, congratulations, Jez, on 1 year. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. You pulled me out of your chat and Lee's chat and pulled me into that Instagram chat. And I don't know if I don't know if I ever really had an intention to start a channel, but you did. You asked me, when are you going to start your channel? When's your first show? And that really pushed me to actually say, you know what, I could do this. Let's do it. And set the show up with Dal, my co-host with the most, the American Idiot Show, and it has absolutely taken off. The amount of subscribers that I've gotten just because you've been out there blowing the horn for me, Jez, is unbelievable. So I owe it all to you, my friend. So thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for what you do for this community. I don't think anybody can say enough about it. So I have a couple of shows coming up. I believe I'm going to be on with you tomorrow, which will be a great time. I'm really looking forward to that one. And then I'm going to be doing an Arsenal Liverpool preview show with Darren Sullivan and a couple other guests on Thursday night, I believe 9 or 10 UK time. So keep an eye out. Sub to the channel because I'm not sure when I'm going to do that one yet. But Darren Sullivan minimum. I think it would be great if I could get Warren and you on, Jez. We could get the three wise men on so we could talk a little Liverpool Arsenal if you're interested. And then the American Idiot Show, Friday night, 9:00 UK. Me and Dal, we're going to be talking everything Premier League, not necessarily just Arsenal, Liverpool, but we're going to be talking about all the goings on, all the midweek results, and of course going over the predictions from last week, which were again pretty bad. So
yeah, you know what, guys? The predictions, just forget.
I'll tell you something. I do predictions with my mates, my group of mates, and last week was bad. That was. I think last week was my worst game week of this season. I got 2 points in total. So it was a bad week.
It was abysmal. I haven't counted it up yet, but I'm.
You're poor. Terrible for everyone. Eh?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I think Jaminho's going to take it home again, but again. Thank you again, Jez, for all you've done for me and the community, and long may this channel continue.
Ditto, Jez. I meant to say all that before my thing.
You know, it's not easy, is it? I mean, it's hard. People think just setting up a YouTube thing and then away you fly. No, it's not like that at all. It is a grind. It's ups and downs. YouTube doesn't make it easy at times, and Christ, when you get monetized, it gets even bloody worse. I can assure you that. Seriously, and Connor, mate, but Warren, mate, thank you for that comment. Anything I can do to ever support you and help you, we're here. All of us are here. It's a community. It's a community, isn't it? It's what we're all about. It's a family. We all support each other, and that's what we're about. Facts.
100%.
Connor, mate, what's coming up? And I just want to say once again, congratulations to you, young man. You're doing amazing stuff for other channels now. And when you first did stuff for me, I know you then went on to do stuff for Kyle Walsh, and you're now doing stuff for TJ. And that's, I've tried to put it out there to promote you as a young, whatever you call yourself, in doing what you do. And well done, young man. And thank you, mate, for your support. And shout yourself out, man.
Yeah, Jez, once again, thank you very much for having me on. A great panel once again. And Jez, same from everyone else. Congratulations on the year flown by. You've grown your channel extremely well, and you always have really great and entertaining shows. So I can't fault you there. And listen, I was more than happy to help your channel out. You're an amazing person, Jez, and you've done more than enough to shout me out every time on your streams. You never forget. And all the comments about that everyone loves my intro. Just really appreciate. I love hearing every time. Not as an ego boost. It's nice to hear that I've helped someone, and what I've done and what I've created has helped you at your channel and just made other people smile as well. So I really appreciate all that, Jez. You've done more than enough for me, and I'm forever grateful as well for that, and even for taking me on to even do stuff for your channel. So I really appreciate that. And so I've done some work recently for Dow DVS. I've done some work for his channel, a new banner. He loved it. Hope anyway. But no, he did. And I'm still doing stuff for TJ behind the scenes. And I do work as a video editor full time. I do this stuff on the side for everyone, but I'm in a role where I could definitely I definitely want to get up higher and higher, but that's just through progression of years. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and like probably everyone knows, I do graphics and stuff. I'm a social media designer and editor. So if anyone wants any branding or anything done for any graphics for their YouTube channels or Instagrams or Twitters, just give me a message on Instagram, cmo.editing. And thanks for another great show, Jez. Congrats on 1 year and great panel once again.
Yeah, mate. Thank you, mate. I mean, I always like to support people that, like young people like yourself. You're trying to build yourself a business and you're trying to get into something. And I know it's not easy. I built my own business. It took me a long time. I eventually became successful, managed to employ people, and did okay. Now I know how tricky it is to do that sort of thing. And big up to you, mate. And I hope you do very well out of it. I'll always promote it. I'll always promote everybody's channels because people that help me, I like to give it back. That's all it is. It's it's not all about trying to gain financially. It's not. It's about supporting everybody, giving some love back. As Gracie says, it's a hard game, this stuff, but we won't back down. That's a great comment, Gracie. In fact, Mr. B, I'm going to come to you, mate. You have said to me you are going to at some point create a YouTube channel. I do believe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. Probably the end of this month, towards the end of the month. I think they're doing
good
it.
Man. Well, we're all here to help, support, build. You've got a very good young man here in Connor who can do graphics and stuff for you. So
you can help me, yeah. Anyone can help me, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're all here, mate. We know the stumbling blocks. We know how tricky it can be. I'm not technical in YouTube. I'm still learning StreamYard, the whole thing there. It's not easy to me. To some people, it probably is. It's not to me. I'm still learning, trying to work it out. But we're here, and we will all support always. So, mate, go and do it. Go and do it.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely.
It'd be nice to have another YouTuber that has content creator come on and have their own channel. It's always good for that. We're going to call it there, people. Tomorrow night, weekly podcast with Kenny. I haven't got Lee this week because he's double booked. Next week, I'm on with Lee and Kenny. But tomorrow night, I haven't set the stream up yet. Like I said to Connor earlier, you've got the link. Well, that was for last week. So how stupid am I? There you go. I blame it on my age. But guys, DVS, you've always been a legend, man. Thank you, mate, for coming on. You've always been great. We've had some great talks before I even had a chat. TJ, sorry, mate, if I got you into this bloody drama.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Don't blame me too much. You know what I mean? I hope your wife doesn't hate me that much for getting you into it. Connor, mate, you're a legend to me. I wish you nothing but the best in your career. And the fact that you're getting people now coming to you, it's great, isn't it? It's brilliant.
100%. I couldn't ask. Every person that comes to me is fantastic. So they're always lovely people, and so I'm really grateful, very grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I love your work, your content. It's brilliant. Mr. B for life, thank you, mate, for coming on. And tomorrow night we want Brentford to win. Come on, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to call it.
Always call you. Always call you,
yeah,
thanks, Mr. B.
Thanks, mate. And I'm going to do the Where has it gone? I'm going to do the outro. I love doing this. I love it. And it is. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. This is the best intro and outro. It's class. It's quality. It's got history. It's got the North Bank singing this back in '96, and it is what it is, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. I'm back tomorrow with 6 p.m. and I'm sure some of these lovely people will be here. And take care. Have a great evening. And thanks for all your support over the last year. It's all you lovely people out there who've helped the channel grow. And thanks for your support. Take care.
I'm relieved to hear that you've been to some fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live